Is there some office and budget responsibility, some select committee that evaluates bang for bucks?
Nigel.cecil, calling things out as you like it, especially for his fair-minded friends.
Hello, Chakabatis, welcome. Thank you for joining me, moi, Nigel.cecil, along with my very good friend Hilary, especially because, hopefully, like many of you, we've all been celebrating Christmas. And now, as we look forward to the new year, we're here, Hilary and moi, sitting beside the pool in our hotel in Marrakesh. And we currently appear to have it all to ourselves, not least because it's early hours. We've got the protective headgear on, we've slapped on the 35-factor sun cream, because it does look as though in a few hours the sun is going to be blazing through the palm trees and we can start living the dream. But wouldn't it be nice if pantomime season we had some fairy's magic wand and we were able to magic all our regular viewers here to join us beside the pool, so we could all have a plunge together and do what we normally do when you get in touch via our email address, bringing to our attention your comments, views, observations and questions. Then Hilary and moi endeavour to present them equally and fairly on your behalf. Well, we have a little chin wag, stimulate some discussion. Living the dream. Christmas just over, and now New Year is knocking on the door. 2026. Now, many of our regular viewers are members of Equity. Equity, the trade union for professional actors, variety entertainers and other creatives across the United Kingdom. And you're reflecting on Equity in the past year. And you've got in touch and said, Nigel, who appraises what Equity has done? Is there some office and budget responsibility, some select committee that evaluates bang for bucks? What's delivered on behalf of the members and the money they've paid? When you think about it, at any one time, Equity is kind of unique because some 90% or so of members are out of work looking for work. So Equity funds itself by taking money off the unemployed. So does that mean they have a greater responsibility to justify to the membership how they've used the money, the members' money, the money from members out of work, looking for work? Okay, when it comes to variety entertainers, they're self-employed sole traders, so they've always got some work. But of course, if you're a sole trader, 1 day a week, 2 days a week, you could really do with more and more. But an actor, well, how do you live in the meantime? We often say when it comes to showbiz, you better keep your professional fingers crossed, because you never know when you're going to get that call from the agent, when the mobile is going to ring, or it's just pure luck. Looking back at our career, Hilary, it really is true to say what Kenneth Williams said to us years ago. When it comes to showbiz, it's 15% talent and 95% luck. Those two figures don't add up, and neither does showbiz, which is why Equity is so important, because when you are in work, you need the protection of everyone around you. As we always say as well, professional solidarity, comrades, professional chit-chat. So what about Equity? You see, Equity now is driven by an ideology, a progressive, radical ideology, as the president is quoted as saying, moving from resilience to resistance. But does such a policy deliver bang for bucks? It was only some 6% of the membership elected those now currently driving the agenda via the Equity Council. Well, of course, if you don't vote, you get what you vote for, so we're not being critical. But if you know you've only been elected by some 6% of the membership, shouldn't you really be able to justify that how you are spending the money is in the professional interests of the members? It's furthering their interests. You've taken reasonable care to assess how you are spending the money. So some of you said, what about Rachel Reeves? The Office for Budget Responsibility, or a select committee. Has Equity ever had an equivalent of an Office of Budget Responsibility? Have they ever had a select committee? I don't think it's ever happened. Given the amount of money, the turnover of trade unions nowadays, even with Equity, is millions of pounds, shouldn't there be some sort of independent assessment, somebody that can overlook things and actually say, well, you know, that wasn't really value for money? So this is what this video is really chatting about. An Office for Budget Responsibility. There's some big buck spending coming up with Equity in the next year. If they lose their High Court action against Spotlight, that's going to be thousands. And there's other ongoing campaigns as well. They may all be justified. But justification, a belief in an ideology, isn't a reason for spending members' money if it doesn't deliver bangs for bucks. So there we are. This is this little chit chat. Throughout the next year, we hope you get in touch and drive the agenda for us. We do try our best, don't we, Hillary? So, have we got an Office of Budget Responsibility? Is there a select committee assessing us? Well, we'll wave that magic wand and wish you all a very happy new year. We hope good fortune comes your way. You never know the minute. And if you're feeling a little bit down, then of course, hope springs eternal. The smell of the circus, the grease paint, everything. When you get on stage, the lights come on, the applause happens. It's all worthwhile. So to each and every one, as we've always said, to all artists, good work, to all workers, good art, to everyone, equity. And in New Year 2026, from Marrakesh, are you going to plunge in the pool? You better keep your professional fingers crossed, Jackabatties.
Nigel Cecil, calling things out.